How's it going, everyone? Liam Catterson here, and we're reacting to Dollhouse. This is episode number 9, called A Spy in the House of Love. A very, very adorable title. So, just to explain a couple of things first, you might notice the camera quality is a bit, I don't know, laggy. I don't know if that's the right description for this, but it's different because, the previous device that I used to record, my previous reactions on, that no longer works. I'm getting it replaced, but I'm making do with this for the time being. I was going to use my camera, but I think this is a lot better than the camera quality on there, so yeah. But last episode was pretty fun. Like, these last few episodes of Dollhouse has been absolutely stunning. I mean, we've had some crazy episodes in these, in the past few episodes, and last episode definitely no exception, where a few of the actives had their original personality, and this was all orchestrated. This was a test, which was encouraged by Dr. Saunders. She was the one who brought up the idea, and DeWitt gave the green light for that idea to go ahead, and it was just a really insane episode, and I just really enjoyed it. So I'm really excited, especially since we're nearing the end. I'm really excited to see how these final few episodes do perform. Like, I know a lot of people have said that it takes a few episodes for Dollhouse to kicking, and now I feel like we're at that point because, like I said, these last few episodes have been phenomenal stuff, and they'll be going all out to make sure the finale is just like, oh my god. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how season 1 does conclude. But with that said, let's get into episode number 9 of Dollhouse season 1. Let's go.
What's happening? She made a mistake. Now she's sad.
So crazy. What the hell is going on?
It's about the pain. It's not about the pain. It's about trust.
What the hell?
Handing yourself. Then maybe you need a session in my dungeon so I can show you otherwise.
Thanks, I think I'll pass.
No.
So vanilla.
He's your father figure.
You can trust me.
I just thought of the perfect 5-letter word.
I'm
not gonna say it.
How Sandra's little drill ended with a bullet in my computer. Guess what that does? Slows down the schedule.
Fix it.
Yep.
You need to get to your appointment with Dr. Saunders.
Yes. Because a simple OS update will fix a bullet hole problem.
Or any active, any time with the parameter we don't know about.
We have a spy.
Inside the dollhouse.
So it's all going back to who programmed Echo when she confronted Paul.
You think I'm the spy?
Not in a bad way.
They find out that you talked to me before you called DeWitt. They'll fry you.
Yeah, I didn't really think that through.
Thank you.
Oh, come on. I'm boned anyway.
They didn't learn from the last time. Shut the door. Uh-oh.
Get out. I'm just going to stay here where I'm safe from the dollhouse.
Oh my god.
I guess you didn't miss me that much.
The dollhouse is way bigger than I ever thought it was.
It's that meme, isn't it?
I find more clients, larger amounts of money, and a web of financial... Do I smell that bad?
I have a message for you from inside the dollhouse.
Oh no!
It's not funny.
My name is November.
Melly. Your name is
So
Melly.
the spy
If you're pissed because I'm still
tampered with her.
investigating the
Oh,
dollhouse,
belongs to a doll.
just tell me. Don't do this. She came back.
Now you understand how dangerous their technology is.
I slept with her. I should have known.
the spy
I'll
who
tell
loved
Melly
me.
about this. If the dollhouse knows you know, they will kill you. And they'll make Melly do it.
Oh damn, that's
Melly couldn't.
She's not a regular
Dollhouse.
doll.
Yeah,
She's a
don't doubt
sleeper.
her.
With the flip of a switch, the dollhouse can turn her into a killer.
Nothing.
Then why aren't you kissing me?
Because you're a secret doll? Oh, I mean, he's got played by Victor, he gets played by Melly, the guy can't catch a break.
Security?
You leave these doors wide open, computers on, chair running.
It's your job to make sure
Finally,
everybody that works
someone's
here is on
getting
our
my
side.
Who
drip.
has access to the lab?
The short list, DeWitt, Boyd, Ramirez, Saunders,
Echo Hurt.
Ivy, any number of handlers or attendants, and the occasional doll wanders up here. And there's that janitorial staff.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Sorry, Miss Otto. We're moving everyone from skiff offices down to the central lobby.
Just give me a second.
That's pretty neat. I'm just loving this badassery.
Catherine.
What? Whoa, 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 whoa!
Is this your work?
She's the client. What the what?
Sofa. Is that a name?
They think I'm at headquarters. It could be very urgent.
Seriously considering what I said.
I'm not suggesting you become a client.
But then again,
Collapse under that one.
Good. Because I don't want an ass, that's you. I want the real you.
oh,
Real you. And the object is to hide your flaws, and then you're in a relationship, and it's all about hiding your disappointment. Then once you're married, it's about hiding your sins.
Catherine.
that's a pretty accurate way of describing it. This is, I don't know how to feel.
With you, there's no reason to hide anything real. You aren't.
I'm not who you need.
Oh no. You're exactly who I need. We just can't have that. You have to trust me.
I do. I trust you. Completely.
Hearts are shattering. Wow, I'm just blown away with what we've been presented.
Which means you're either dangerously incompetent or you're trying to throw us off your trail.
Take the A option.
Programming skills.
Why are you at the Dollhouse?
Oh, Lord.
Kind of a no-brainer.
But such intense focus on your work can leave other parts of your life empty
It can.
and open to exploitation. Do you have friends outside the Dollhouse?
Or did she have friends before she joined the Dollhouse? She doesn't. Ah!
Yeah.
For your tongue, but you can't say it. It's like that. But
Always a
with every
kicker.
thought, you never have.
I am not the spy. You
Every
believe me, right?
You can take her to the holding
Bloody
room.
hell, that is hellish.
How long?
Until DeWitt gets back.
How long do you think you can keep this up?
Excuse me?
You work for the NSA.
Oh, you
You have a file
snake!
that says
Phone call made to the National Security Agency after the lockdown. You warned the NSA Sierra was coming so that they could plant this file for her to find. You wanted us to blame Ivy so that you could continue to operate.
I couldn't have made the call. The phones were shut off.
Son of
The
a
Dollhouse
bitch.
snapping this up. 20 seconds ago, you unsnapped your holster.
Nice! That perception! Guilty as friggin' charged, you piece of shit.
The
Go,
Dollhouse.
Echo!
You know how far they reach? There's no way you're getting away with this.
Ow!
You're dangerous. You should have been in the ground a long time ago.
I was gonna say,
You tried to kill me before. I'm not broken.
and she echoed that before. Ooh, it's all coming around, and I love it.
Needs to be reined in and controlled.
By a clandestine organization with little government oversight.
It's embarrassing how naive you are.
Oh my god!
You believe in the Dollhouse and its mission? Just like you believed in me. Look how that played out. You were wrong.
He's like a harbinger at this point.
About the NSA and have Topher prep him for the attic.
Oh no!
You'll tell him everything's fine, and then we'll put you back in your box.
Oh my god. Do it! Holy sh...
Do you think I'd show you mercy? Or rage?
Stop him!
Oh shit! Wait! Oh no!
Take it easy. Get on with it.
This show is absolutely messed up.
He had her in his crosshairs for months. She took out her biggest threat.
She's still evolving. Saunders' wish fulfillment exercise didn't fulfill anything.
Nope.
She's protecting herself. Only Hart's phoned and said she no longer requires his services.
Some hunky octogenarian sweep her off her
Oh! Oh.
Nothing so dramatic.
Everything's gonna be all right.
This is Wesley all over again. I
Now
don't
that
like
you're
this.
Do you trust me? Do you trust me?
With my life.
Oh, why this is a heart-shattering episode with DeWitt and bloody Victor, or Roger, should I say. Now that's you couldn't give it to Topher or someone else. I don't know. I mean, Topher head of like that would just be insane. Then again, who would be able to handle the imprints efficiently? But these last few episodes, man, have been absolutely. They've been absolutely smashing. I really, oh my god, that episode, woof, that was fun. That was incredible. That was insane. Yeah, I'm lost for words because of just how incredible that episode was. That was just insane. I loved seeing the different perspectives while Spygate was happening. From Sierra going into the NSA to retrieve the safeguard for Mr. Dominic, to finding out that DeWitt was basically the client for the Lonely Hearts mission. Melly as well. Oh my god, this was just one incredible episode. Fudge me. Oof. I'm got no words just to describe how insane that episode was. Like, it was one of the most, like, that was probably, I don't know, I want to say that's my favorite episode of Dollhouse thus far, just with how everything panned out. I loved how we had the different perspectives of the actives, where we kind of got a bit of an insight about how they were used to, well, for example, like Sierra, how she was used to try and safeguard Dominic's actions, and how that kind of, like, how even those that weren't supposed to be connected to the spy situation were eventually connected with DeWitt, with Victor's perspective, because DeWitt would later get involved with would later be informed about the whole shebang, wouldn't she? About, okay, well, she would be told about the spy situation, wouldn't she? So yeah. Oh my god, I'm just blown away with how incredible that episode was. Like I said, the perspectives. Also, a scene that I really loved was like the deprogramming of Mr. Dominic, because it was scary. We got to see someone being stripped from their humanity. Like, we had just given mentions about the fact that that Dollhouse does have these people come in, and they do remove who they were, and put them on the same drive that Dominic. Well, not the same drive, but they'll have, like, okay, this is Caroline, for example. I don't know, I can't remember what Sierra's name was again, but yeah, you get the idea. They will have their original drives. Yeah, we got mentions of it, and we've seen people like Caroline. Well, last episode we saw the people of who they were with their original personalities before they became, yeah. But we actually got to see the deprogramming of it. We got to see we got to see a very, very nightmarish sequence of Dominic being programmed. And I'm not so sure, like, I'm sure it's a lot more cleaner and less scarier than that process. But I think with the way, like, Dominic was resisting and his actions, I think they deliberately had it to be as intimidating. But the idea of just seeing someone being deprogrammed enough anyways is just really, really scary. Because it made me feel a bit sick. Like, even though Dominic was such a dick, it made me feel a bit sick seeing someone, seeing how they were able to play God and remove someone of who they were, now leaving them in this dull state. So, yeah, but it was a pretty intense sequence. I just loved how there was so much mystique going on about, okay, what's happening at the beginning, and then later, as soon as we unraveled on who the spy was, and DeWitt's plans for Dominic. There we go. It was pretty scary at first, and then it was pretty scarier seeing all the wires and all of that. And the action itself, like, it was even scarier seeing that sequence fully played out. So yeah, I really love how nightmarish the deprogramming of Dominic was. But yeah, I want to say that was a really, really great reveal about why Dominic became the spy. I had him as one of my picks. It was either him or Saunders. And after the last episode, it was like that my grasp for holding judgment on Dominic was slipping with what Saunders had to say in the last episode. But yeah, this episode, he was guilty as charged, wasn't he? So yeah. But yeah, it was just pretty interesting finding out, like, he knows that DeWitt's spiraling downwards, and he even echoed the comments of what that professor said in episode 6, like, once this is distributed to the world, it will be abused. He kind of echoed those similar wordings to what he said. And we've and like I said, he's been in one of my, like, he's been my it was either out of him or Saunders, I felt like, because he was so adamant on correcting Adele, and I felt like with Adele keeping, like, every time that Adele basically shunned his concerns, I felt like there would be that frustration building for Dominic to the point where he has no choice but to betray her. And thus, that's kind of what we got. Like, she's spiraling downwards in his eyes. And he keeps bringing these concerns to Adele, but she's not listening, and thus she won't be like she's not listening. She wouldn't be listening to his concerns about like Echo's going to betray you, etc., etc. Even though now that DeWitt is keeping an extra eye on Echo, and thinks that she might, like, even though Saunders' tests failed, she might still prove some good because she saved the dollhouse. And because of that, she would probably ignore any concerns like regarding, you know what, you're going to be on a downward spiral, and you won't know until it hits you. So yeah. And plus there was also other signs as well that I knew that there was something more going on with Dominic, such as him nearly killing Echo the first time around, which he'll have huge regret on since she was the one who cracked the case. And not just that though, but I mean, to his knowledge, I think, because I think only Adele knew from Topher's perspective, but from his knowledge, from Dominic's knowledge, Topher programmed Echo, but well, not anymore now. That he won't know that knowledge anymore, will he? After what happened, but yeah, Echo screwed him over in the end because she was the one who was picking up the pieces about what's going on behind the scenes regarding the dollhouse, and she asked to be programmed. She asked to be changed because that was very, very interesting. Seeing Echo slowly but surely, like eavesdropping and building the jigsaw herself regarding the dollhouse. And then she asked Topher to help with this whole situation, this whole spy situation, which he did, and it was really, really incredible. I liked that sequence though, like before we did get to Dominic being the spy, that we got to see everyone, like we got to see a few backstories as well, especially Ivy, which I'm glad that she got a bit more contribution into this episode, because I feel like her and Topher are slowly going to become some kind of relationship anyways, but also I'm glad that we got a bit of her backstory as well as Saunders as well. Like, she's pretty lonely. See, she's the lonely heart, and yeah. I'm sorry, Saunders, for accusing you, but my gut just didn't sit right, but you're okay. You're an okay person. It was great to see a bit of backstory behind certain characters whilst Echo was interrogating them. So yeah. And yeah, like I said, we then got to Dominic's reveal, which I'm glad because it worked out really, really well because you'd think after Echo was interrogating those people, well, Dominic shooting himself in the foot, but he was covering his asset basically with sending Sierra out, with the NSA planting the information so Dominic could be in the clear and Ivy would be thrown under the bus. But that's not going to work. And the NSA are going to be screwed even further because of the fact that they're going to use Dominic as a puppet to say to the NSA everything's okay. But before he got I don't think he needed to worry about him being used to tell the NSA that everything's okay anyways, because he's even said that Echo's going to bring down the dollhouse. So he's pretty smug about that. So yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I do think that's some really, really decent foreshadowing there. I think he might not be wrong about that, especially with how Echo, of course, is retaining these memories. And there's that comment, and then there's Adele's security in Echo because she saved the dollhouse. So it would be that tables turned situation, wouldn't it? Yeah, Sierra's stuff was pretty badass as well. Like, she was only trying to retrieve that thing to secure Dominic. But it was still pretty great to see her in that action-packed sequence, and just her scenes were just absolutely mesmerizing. I just absolutely loved it. We also got another reveal that DeWitt was slowly falling in love with Victor, and that she was a client for Victor. Like, she became the client. She was the client for the Lonely Hearts mission, which I think was mentioned in episode 6 anyways. But it was absolutely bizarre with that revelation. And it was strange at first because Victor is essentially one of her playthings. But it then evolved into something very, very tragic. Like, it was Adele letting loose, wasn't it? And not just that, though, but you saw as her scenes with Victor went on, how broken she was about the fact that she realized that she was falling in love with Victor, but she couldn't, well, or Roger in this case, and she couldn't run away with him and all that jazz. So yeah, so I'm glad that we got a bit more on Adele in this episode. We got an insight into her character, and she's putting on this exterior, this hard exterior, as evident by the fact that she was shot, and she was like, you know what, this is not going to bother me whatsoever. But there is an emotional side to DeWitt, and I'm glad that we got a bit of an insight into that. She is not that cold, like she's not 100% cold, should I say. She has a little bit of that emotion, and that emotion she's comfortable with sharing with Victor. And that's the thing, though. She cannot have Victor, but she finds it hard to resist from his charm. So yeah, she had to resort to shelving him so she could try to expel the weakness, in what she sees as a weakness, should I say, out of her. So, which is also evident to why she refused to be trapped. Like, she refused to succumb to the weakness of being shot. Like, I need to be seen to, etc. And I think Sanders said, this would have been a lot easier with anesthetic as well. So yeah, she is putting on that hard exterior, and she wants to and she sees emotion, it seems, as some kind of weakness. So yeah, which is, I think, a pretty I think relevant trait to have when you're zapping people's heads and making them dolls, making them mindless. So yeah. We also had Mellie finally revealing to Paul that she was part of the Dollhouse. You do gotta feel so bad for Paul, though. Like, Victor, now Mellie. Well, Mellie stings a lot more, considering him and Mellie were a thing. And he has to keep up appearances as well. That's the worst thing for him. He knows the secret about Mellie, but he can't do shit. So yeah, and he's been told he has to play the long game, like he was rushing for the answers. But November was telling him, you have to find their existence, why they exist in the first place, before you start getting answers to the questions you're asking. So yeah, you do feel so bad for Paul, though. After all of the commotion, like, he's lost his job, he nearly died, he gets played by Victor and Mellie. The guy can't catch a bloody break, can he? So yeah. But yeah, it was a really, really great episode. I just absolutely found this to be a phenomenal episode. My favourite so far were just the perspectives of everyone. Finding out that Dominic was working behind the Dollhouse's back with his allegiance to the NSA, and how he thinks that DeWitt is in a downward spiral, and then DeWitt as well with her side of the story as well. It was a madhouse. Call us Dollhouse. This is Madhouse. This was a Madhouse episode. No, it honestly was insane. Like, throughout this entire episode, this is literally my favorite episode so far. And going back to my discussion at the beginning, these last few episodes have been absolutely smashing. Like, you have felt like they've turned up the wick in terms of the quality and how immersive this show has become. Like, and this episode was no exception. So I am absolutely here for Dollhouse at the minute. But yeah, this was pretty amazing. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care. And I will see you guys next time. Toodles!